you and her remain business partners.
Yes, absolutely.
Explain that. Ngube vange.
Ngube vange. No, good team. Look, besides being parents, we also run a company, Gumbi Productions, where we produce TV and shows as well.
Yeah.
So, we did a show on SABC3 called Sober Companion.
Oh, you did it together?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
She works behind the scenes.
Yes, she was line producer on it.
Yeah.
So it was only right that she does this one as well.
Yeah.
So she produced it. She's in the artwork as well.
Yeah.
Posing in the artwork. So.
Yeah. Oh, I saw. It's you and two ladies in the artwork.
Yeah.
Okay, she's one of them.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, Trevor. I forgot to greet you.
Oh, hi, Katie.
Let's track it, because you lived a very ordinary life and moving, from one job to another, to ended up being one of South Africa's most sought after comedians, and then there was that day and the Twitter day.
Yes.
Yeah, there was that day. You know the story of somebody's life just changing overnight. Is that your story?
Changing overnight? No, I don't.
I mean, from being an ordinary guy to being a sought after comedian.
Oh. Well, with that, I don't think it was overnight. I read somewhere that an overnight success takes 20 years.
Yeah.
Which I believe.
Yeah.
You plan things and you go through the paces, and then overnight it seems.
Yeah.
It seems overnight to people looking in from the outside.
Because they were not there when you were making the plans.
Exactly.
But did you know pretty early that you're going to crack it? You're going to crack comedy and you're going to make a whole lot of money. Was it a whole lot of money?
Yeah.
Okay. It has to have been.
Yeah.
It has to have been.
Yeah, at a time, yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know early on. It all happened by chance, honestly. And then I really worked hard at my luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean, work hard at your luck?
People say I'm lucky because of the things that I've achieved and stuff, but I've worked and sacrificed extremely hard to get to where I am. In the TV industry, just alone, I used to go to Urban Brew when I was unemployed and just go there and just hang out and
in the parking lot there and smoke with people.
Yeah, that also, and like bring people coffees and asked to do voiceovers, asked to write scripts for free, and I did that for a while until they trusted me with writing scripts, and I became a head scriptwriter for a very big show.
What show was that?
Headline.
Oh wow!
Because I started off as just the scriptwriter.
Oh wow!
Then I went on to voiceover.
So scribing is your thing?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Yeah.
I like it. Unfortunately, I didn't go to school for it. I would have loved to, but we didn't have the money.
But it's a talent you realized you had and you made use of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, but apparently you're also quite big at corporate, and that fascinates me because sometimes, especially if you've, in terms of your marketing outlook, if you've had something publicly like a breakdown, the kind of a meltdown that you have, corporate will sort of wash its hands off you.
Yeah.
But apparently you work very steadily there.
Yeah, I do. And I think with that, look, everybody makes mistakes. I made a very big one. I apologized for it, but nobody has to forgive you when you make an apology.
You have to forgive yourself, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can do to show people that you've changed is to change.
Yeah.
And it's a process, and getting people to trust you again. The only apology is by your actions. Yeah.
Did it affect your stage presence though? Because I mean, there are the rumors that some people do what they do. They take the drugs so that they can become better when they go on stage, and then they get off stage. It's like a fat singer losing weight. They're like, no, I like Luther when Luther was fat.
You like fat Luther or skinny Luther?
Yeah, you like. So some people say, yeah, man, he may have quit the drugs, but he's not as funny anymore. He was funnier.
The one thing that stayed constant with Luther was the S-Ken. Skinny or fat, there was an S-Ken involved everywhere. So maybe his power came from Simon.
Did you
Samson?
Yeah. Did it bother you?
Look, it did affect me. Look, taking any substance that
including alcohol, by the way.
Absolutely.
Including
absolutely.
alcohol.
It's a mood altering substance.
Yes.
Right? And it really does show on stage.
Yeah.
And it takes something away from you.
Yeah.
Okay. I've realized that, and I think I'm better off without the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, because the drugs hindered me and didn't let me speak my truth.
Yeah.
Because in my comedy now, I don't make fun of politics and whatnot. What I speak about is myself.
Yeah.
So the divorce tour, I'm speaking about my divorce, not other people's divorces and stuff. I take my comedy from my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the things that happen to me, I always try to sit down, go through the pain, because you got to figure out your pain.
Yes. They say pain is an amazing storyteller.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go through the pain, feel it, sit in it.
Yeah.
Don't bottle it up.
Yeah.
Your previous guest was speaking about how men feel emasculated because they don't speak about their feelings. And they're absolutely right, because men don't speak about their feelings. Men don't want to cry. Where do those feelings go? Nowhere. They stay inside and they bottle up. You know what happens when things bottle up? You put that pressure and we explode, which is not the correct way. So having done things like therapy and having been in a drug rehab center and also gone on a...
How long did you stay?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
It's a 6-week program at Houghton House.
How long have you been clean?
Oh man, I've even stopped counting. It's been years since
Wow.
then.
Wow.
Since that Twitter rant that people still talk about today. Yeah. Since then.
Okay, let's let it go then. Let's talk about the divorce tour. Is it fun to laugh at yourself?
It is fun. It is fun to laugh at myself because I see the mistakes and I'm like, oh, I could have done that different.
Yeah.
You know? And it's therapeutic. It's cathartic.
Yeah.
And it helps other people as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're in a relationship and you're thinking about getting engaged and blah, 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 it just gives people an insight into married life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of tats you have.
Yeah, I do.
How many?
Quite a few. Oh, stop counting as well. The plan is to cover up 98% of my body.
And leave out the face?
The face.
And you're a dad?
Yeah.
What's that like? What kind of a dad are you?
I don't know. I'm a normal dad.
What would your kids say? What would they say, for example, between you and your ex-wife? You're the strict one, or you're the soft one, or...
Oh, that's I'm the playful one.
Is it?
Yeah,
you're a playful dad.
Yeah. I like to get involved in the things that they are doing.
Yeah. Okay.
I take that because I grew up without a father figure.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I try to do with my kids is to be present.
What does that do? What does that do to boy kids to grow up without a father figure?
I don't know about other people, but for me, it made me inadequate. And it.
What does that mean, inadequate, though?
I just didn't know what to be a man really is about, and I didn't know how to act around people, and also going back to the thing of being emasculated. I would before overreact to the smallest thing.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm driving in a car, I'm driving, my wife is in the passenger seat, and she tells me of something like, stop, you're going to crash into the car. Like, I'd get mad, or direct me. I would then get mad and be like, how dare you direct me? I'm the man. I'm driving. You know what I mean? And it's the small things that, why would that tip you off?
Yeah.
And in therapy, why I discovered that certain incident would trigger a bad emotion in me is because my wife is actually the person who taught me how to drive. I couldn't drive when I met her.
Wow.
So when we were dating, she taught me how to drive. And those feelings of, although I'm thankful, I still kind of feel like, oh, man, a woman taught me to drive. And I had to deal with that.
It's fascinating to me how you call her my wife.
Oh, yeah. 17 years. Well, 11 years. So it's you can't stop the way you speak after 11 years. You know, you can't just...
Is there an awkwardness, especially after, because... on the flip side, you remain business partners,
right.
And it sounds like successful business partners at that. And she played a major role in, I suppose, defining the Trevor Gumbi that South Africa came to love, right? And you give her credit for that, and she's your baby mama. I could go on and on and on. Is there an awkwardness that comes after the formality of the divorce proceedings are done? That the silver cup is broken, they say in the township. Never to be mended again.
Absolutely.
There
is an awkwardness.
How do you navigate it?
I'm still trying. My therapist says...
Oh, you're still in therapy as well? Yeah.
He says that I need to sit and think things through first. It's a simple thing like counting up to 10.
Wow.
You know, and just think things through. Don't blurt out the first thing to come to your mind.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
On stage, how do you know you're on a roll? When I'm on the radio, I will tell Lelo when we're having a good show and when we're having a bad show. I will know instinctively when it's going well and when it's not going well. I will know when it's not going well and know how to fix it when it's not going well. How do you know it's going right and you're on a roll when you're on stage?
Okay, the only way that I know that it's going well is by people laughing.
Have you ever had
or any reaction, actually?
Hands clap, I suppose.
Yeah, any reaction, even don't say that. That's a reaction, you know.
Yeah.
It's.
Have you ever had a bad show?
Absolutely, many.
Really? What happened?
I was incredibly intoxicated, and I was slurring and not making sense, and telling half a joke, not giving the punchline, and just I was all over the place. I was a mess.
Yeah.
Man, thank goodness it was a polite audience. And they just would sit there and politely clap me off.
So if those people that were in that audience that day and they're listening to this conversation that you and I are having now, what would you say to encourage them to come back and see the divorce tour?
I would say I don't know, I've changed, and the only way they know I've changed is by coming to see, because I've laid down the building blocks of change and given successful shows since.
Yeah.
And that's the proof.
What's been the biggest audience, Trevor, that you've done your lines to?
Jeez, biggest audience.
Yeah.
Well, done stand up on TV, so
I suppose that's big. Yeah.
But in a live audience,
probably
between 4,000 and 6,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever been roasted?
But that wasn't me alone.
Yeah.
That wasn't me alone. That was an ensemble cast.
Have you ever been roasted? Who would be the best people to roast you?
Ooh. Yeah. See, they're roasting the big names. I would say Eugene Koza. I would say Tips Shampoo, Robbie Collins, John Flismus, David Gow.
Yeah.
Uskumba. Jeez, I would hate for that guy to roast me. He's just amazing.
Yeah.
And other people that you don't know, Abasekasi, you know.
Yeah.
Because I like to go and get gas and when we just sit around and
yeah.
Those guys are brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. What makes comedy such a thriving space in South Africa? I think we're a funny lot. We are pretty good at laughing ourselves. Already we're good at laughing at our own selves. So how easy is it to make people who can laugh at themselves to laugh at your jokes? And what makes the comedy space? Because it's a pretty successful space, and there's no downer. It consistently goes up.
I think it's because we as South Africans, we're going through a lot.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a lot on a daily basis, and we need that evening where we can let our head down and just relax and just laugh it off. If you think about it, from the morning, you wake up at 6, you either go to gym or you prepare for your kids, and you sit in traffic, and you're at the office with your boss, and blah, 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 and the politics of the day, and just it's a lot. People need to just unwind and laugh at themselves. So the reason why stand-up comedy is so successful in South Africa is because of South Africa and South Africans.
Yeah. So what are the lessons you're hoping to teach couples in the divorce tour? Because there is a lesson in comedy. However funny it may sound, in hindsight, when you look at it, I think sometimes there's comedians are also teachers, profound teachers, because they're life scholars.
I think the biggest thing is that love can exist in different forms. You do not have to own a person to love them. You don't have to have that title of this is my wife or my husband.
Girlfriend.
You can
love somebody with no title.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And look, you can fail at marriage, but you haven't failed at love. Because it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. It's just love exists between my ex-wife and my kids. You know?
And I suppose love exists between you and her, but in a different way.
In a different form. Just because we're not in a romantic relationship doesn't mean we're not in any sort of relationship. Yeah.
Has either of you gotten into a romantic relationship since the breakup, and what's that like?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to ask her. Well, we just have to see what Do you want to?
No, it's okay, no.
Go onto her Instagram. She's blocked me, so I don't know what she's up to.
Why has she blocked you?
Who knows?
That's a good thing, maybe.
But I thought you're getting along.
Yeah, well, not on Instagram. Yeah, what is she hiding? Guys, please, you guys have access. Me, I'm blocked.
It's to protect your heart.
Protect me. Oh.
But listen, you speak so beautifully about love and that, you know, it can find us. Do you hope it finds you again, and would you marry again? Did you like marriage?
I would never marry again.
Why not?
It's an institution I do not believe in.
Not anymore.
No, I don't.
Even if you meet the one who knocks you 10-0 out.
Yes, I would not.